So we have this one working with the camera, and this one doing a correct simulation, synthetic data. It should be getting detecting my chest and amplifying the motion. Okay, the agent is actually, okay, so change the variable name. So originally Gemini decided to call the variable VAR, which is not a great idea, is it? I don't think so. Ah, no, that was ChatGPT. Yeah, it did a mistake in the first run of the code. But this is what it made. Yeah, there's a CSS issue, I think. I'll try and fix it. We will try and fix it. We will try and fix it. Fix the syntax there. Then that variable is not being used. Click console. Yeah, ChatGPT. Bad. Bad. Just wasted my time. Did you just waste my time? Okay, so we have the Claude and Claude Gemini combined. So Claude Gemini combined needs future directions. We need future directions. Yeah, so trying to add the live camera mode, which I thought will be obvious thing to do, but okay, we have the demo with synthetic data. That's okay. Do we want to keep the synthetic data, then be able to switch between the two? Maybe. So we'll have integrating a real machine learning model like MediaPipe Pose to process the live webcam feed. We're still struggling just finding the pose, the chest for the respiration rate. Well, it shouldn't be simulated, it should be actual recorder. It should be an actual recorder, not just a simulator. Okay, so MediaPipe integration, mode toggle. The new toggle switch has been added to control, allowing the seamlessly switch between simulation and live camera. That's nice. Will it actually work? A dynamic UI, play button, changes to start camera when in live mode, unified processing pipeline, whatever. Yeah, lots of stuff. Let's see if it's actually working. We currently have 716 lines of code. Okay, I actually have to press 2 buttons. Okay, the thing works. Now stretching my camera feed. Let's actually test it for a sec. So it's detecting the chest. Yeah, it's doing the standard MediaPipe detection. Is it counting? Signal quality is good. Not sure if it's counting or not. Don't think it's counting. I don't think it's counting. It's finding the chest correct. Okay. Yeah, finding the chest and hand, but then we need some sort of amplification. Yeah, we need an amplification slider of some sort. And do we need some sort of amplification slider to make the respiration, the breaths detection better? I got the idea. Combination of Claude and Gemini did the trick. That's an excellent and insightful suggestion. Yep, of course it will say it. The question is, will it actually work? An amplification slider. Take the raw breathing signal, the vertical position, calculate the recent average baseline, find the difference between the current signal and the baseline, multiply this difference by the amplification factor from the slider, add the result back to base. Sounds legit. It sounds like it knows what it's talking about. Did it regenerate the whole code? Is it complete or is it being lazy? So I currently have 516 lines. So that's the simulation. Then we can move to live camera mode, start camera. Okay, we're getting some errors. And we have a sensitivity slider. Okay. Let's test this thing. Sensitivity slider. Does it work? So currently it's not measuring. No, it is measuring. Wait. So it's detecting my chest. Okay, now it's more sensitive. Yeah, it kind of works as expected. Okay, maybe it's too sensitive. That signal quality metric is just always say good. Seem to always just say good, which is not always good. It's not good to have the signal quality metric just always say good. So we're testing this thing, doing respiration rate camera, testing the sensitivity slider. It always says signal quality is always good, which is weird. It's very weird. So it should detect changes of my chest. Like, yeah, now it's just counting rubbish. It's just counting rubbish. Yeah, the sensitivity should be 3.2. Yeah, so the chest motion. So it's essentially like amplifying the chest motion. Does it come from the head? It shouldn't come from the head. So we have, well, it did count. Well, because by moving the head, we also move the, but it shouldn't count from anything else. Wait, but it is. So there's noise. Yep, lots of noise. There is noise. Well, you have to stay still. What do the instructions say? Always read the instructions. Choose a mode. Simulation mode, play simulation, live camera, click start camera, adjust sensitivity. It should tell you not to move. Signal amplification. Can we bring back the future directions and explain the sensitivity and the noise? Make sure the text below at the bottom of the page actually explains the noise and how can we correct the sensitivity slider and potentially future directions as to how we can filter some of the noise. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just go with your finger like this, tick 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 tick, and then you keep going, tick 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 tick, and you keep going, tick 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 tick, click. So you don't miss any future live streams. Okay, we had the thing finished, updated the code. Okay, we have the index HTML, we have the Claude Gemini. Which one? So it's doing the simulation. It's doing the simulation. Pause. Sound mode, we can change the mode. Start camera. The sensitivity default is 1.5. So as we breathe, it should, in theory, count your breaths. And you can fake it by just moving up and down. BPM. Signal quality gathering data is a good sign. It's not just saying good, which is good. Let's go through the how to use adjust sensitivity. It should also tell you not to move. Just breathe. Well, not to move, keep breathing. This now in live camera, signal noise sensitivity. The rhythmic vertical movement of your chest is the signal. We want to measure however small random movements in body sways camera jitter. Sways, camera jitter, or digital video artifacts create noise. They create a lot of noise. The sensitivity slider amplifies the difference between the current signal and its recent average. That's right. So I don't know what the sensitivity should be. Is it counting correctly or not? Maybe not. Well, we'll generate noise if you move around too much. So we'll keep testing it. While we actually give the code to professional podcasters. Just provide the script without the scene description. Yeah, it's generating a sound every time we count the breath. So if you generate noise, yeah, so it's counting a lot of counted a few waves that way. So it's kind of counting correctly. What if I hold my breath? But it's still counting. It's a bit weird. It might be too sensitive or something. Let's reduce the sensitivity a bit.
Check this out, Yojic. I put the finishing touches on my new web app.
Let me guess. It uses blockchain AI to tell me which cat videos I'll like next week?
Close. It watches you breathe.
What? You built a web app that's into heavy breathing? I think there are already websites for that, Misha, and they are not typically classified as data science.
No, it's a respiration rate monitor. It uses your webcam and a machine learning model to count your breaths per minute. See, there are two modes, simulation mode and live camera.
Simulation mode. Is that for people who are too busy to breathe for themselves? Sorry, can't breathe right now. I'm in a meeting. Run the simulation for me.
It's the training ground. It runs on perfectly generated synthetic data. A little animated skeleton breathing at a calm 15 breaths per minute. This way, you can see how the algorithm should work without any real-world messiness.
Ah, a Zen mannequin. I like it. No stress, no sudden panic that it forgot to pay a bill, just pure rhythmic skeletal breathing. So what happens when I switch to live camera? Does a little skeleton escape and start judging my posture?
It gets better. It superimposes the skeleton over you. The app uses a model called MediaPipe Pose. Think of it like a tiny, brilliant digital anatomist who can find your shoulders, elbows, and chest in real time just by looking through the camera.
So my laptop is currently performing a non-consensual physical examination? Fantastic! Does it also know I had garlic bread for lunch?
It only cares about the vertical displacement of your shoulders. As you inhale, your shoulders rise slightly. As you exhale, they fall. That movement is the signal.
My breathing is a signal. Got it. And all my other nervous tics and fidgetings?
That's the noise. And that brings us to the best part, the sensitivity slider.
A sensitivity slider? For what? To tell the app my feelings are valid?
Precisely. If you're breathing very shallowly, the signal is weak, like a whisper. The noise of you just slightly swaying might be louder. If you crank up the sensitivity, you're telling the app, amplify everything. Listen harder for that whisper.
So it's like a bouncer for my breaths. Sorry, that was just a twitch. You can't come in. We're looking for a full committed inhale.
Exactly. But if you turn the sensitivity up too high, the bouncer gets jumpy. It'll start thinking a tiny shoulder shrug is a full breath and give you a wildly inaccurate reading. It's the classic signal-to-noise ratio problem made into a toy.
I see. So the goal is to find the perfect level where my laptop accurately identifies my breathing, but diplomatically ignores the fact that I'm constantly adjusting myself in this chair. This is more emotionally complex than my last relationship.
And look at the waveform. That blue line is your amplified signal. The peaks are your inhales. The app just counts the peaks.
It's a tiny, personal rave for my lungs. And what's this sound toggle?
Sonification. Every time it detects a breath, it makes a little boop.
Oh, wonderful. The soothing rhythmic beeps of being monitored. It's like a hospital, but with more browser tabs open.
It's for biofeedback. You could use it to practice slower breathing.
Or to create a sick beat. Boop, boop, boo, boo, boop. My respiration rate is dropping the bass.
See, you get it. And the future directions part is where it gets really interesting. Estimating heart rate from tiny color changes in your forehead, analyzing stress levels.
You're telling me that in the future, I'll open my laptop and it will just say, Yojik, you seem stressed. Your heart rate is elevated and you're breathing like you just saw a spider. Maybe skip that extra espresso.
Essentially, yes. It could become a powerful wellness tool.
Or an incredibly judgmental roommate. I'm not sure I'm ready for my laptop to give me a pep talk. It already knows too much. For now, I'm just happy I can finally prove to someone that I am, in fact, breathing. The little skeleton gets me.
Yeah, so holding my breath doesn't work. So the sensitivity must be too high or something. We'll just reduce it to 2.5, whatever. Try holding our breath for a sec. Yeah, 2.5 seem to be counting correctly. But I'll hold my breath for a second again. No, it's still counting. So probably have to reduce the sensitivity a bit further. Anyhow, yeah, so as you know, everything we develop on this YouTube channel, by the way, go subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll show you how to do it. You go with your finger like this, and then you go further. And you keep going. Click. So you don't miss any future live streams. We're developing, yeah, so that one we've been testing for quite some time. This one actually can get your heart rate. So I don't know what's more difficult to get off your camera, your heart rate or your respiration rate. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What? So what do you think? Is it harder to get respiration rate or heart rate? Yeah, I've had a couple of versions of it. Which one is the working one? So we have the Claude Gemini one. Okay, so we want the live camera mode to be the default when we're loading the page. We also want the default sensitivity to be around 2.5. Well, not around 2.5, we just want it to be 2.5. So it's around the middle of the slider. Live camera mode be the default. Also the sensitivity to be 2.5 as default value. Agent, 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 agent. The sensitivity meant to be 2.5 by default. The agent just ignored the second half of the prompt. Is it working? Not sure if it's working or not. Ba-da-ba. The sound is on, so I should be hearing my own heartbeats. Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? Yeah, obviously there's noise if you move around quite a bit. And the sensitivity, still checking the sensitivity. Sensitivity. We said 2.5 by default should work well, but that thing working much better. This is working much better. Yeah, so we have these two tools. We have ideas, mental effort estimator, facial asymmetry, and stroke screening. We actually did a simulation on that one that meant to then mimic stroke, as if it would just collapse your face or whatever. Still have it as a prototype. I think that one will remain a prototype. I mean, it's already on the website. Everything we do is deployed. Face express audio idea. Stroke. Yeah, it's called stroke. Open live server. Don't remember which model made it, but it's not working very well. That's for sure. So it takes the landmarks of your face, and then you can select the left side, right side. So that's working all right. You can select your own. Okay, selection. Select a few. So say if you had a stroke here, yeah, but the rendering of the screen of the new image doesn't work. Rendering doesn't work. We need a really good model to fix this for us. We need a really good model to fix this for us. Yes, this one, not sure. Yeah, we'll just leave it as is. You can hear your respiration when it works. If you set the sensitivity, correctly, it should work more or less. Yeah, we'll deploy it as is and go from there. Maybe someone will have any good suggestions as to how to improve this. Essentially, it's an amplifier. The sensitivity there is an amplifier. It's amplifying the motion of your whatever shoulders or your chest. Meant to detect your chest, amplify the movement difference. There's a description there somewhere. So still testing this one. Testing. Does it sound like my respiration rate is correct? 21 BPM, breaths per minute. What's the normal respiration rate? I don't even know what the normal respiration rate is. What's the range for normal respiration rate? 12 and 20. I'm sitting at 18. But is it... what questions? Is it accurate? Apparently it's age. So young adults have a higher breaths per minute. Interesting. Infants do between about 30 to 60 breaths per minute. Very interesting. I can actually hear my own respiration rate, or when a breath is being detected. But is it accurate? I don't know. Yeah, I'm doing a bunch of different things. This one's probably the most promising, but we're testing the other ones. This one needs web work. It's nothing to do with the processing, it's with the rendering. To do with the rendering on the screen. The rendering is not great at the moment. I have to fix it somehow. How do we fix it? I have the audio still should be on. Yeah, if you have any questions. Well, we have a YouTube channel with 1.3, a whopping 1.3 thousand videos. Check it out. Everything we do, we deploy on biomedical.com. So you don't have to ask, what is this? If you have any questions and you check the website, do let me know. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, go with your finger like this, tick, 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 and then you keep going like this, tick, 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 and hit subscribe so you don't miss any future streams. That's the kind of stuff we're gonna be working on. That's the kind of stuff we're gonna be working on. Yeah, we have a prototype of this diacom. We have a prototype of the stroke thingy, the respiration rate. Yeah, lots of things. Lots of things is coming up. This one actually has sonification. Kinda helps. I'm not sure what to make of it. The sonification business. Yeah, we have some traffic on the website. Thank you very much for checking the website out. Everything we do on this YouTube channel eventually available on biomedical.com. Anyway, go check the site. Hey, like, subscribe, unsubscribe, you know what to do. And I'll see you next time. Yeah, I'm doing the respiration rate monitor next time. I'm doing the facial, that's simulating a stroke. So if you're having a stroke, you can select pixels and simulate as if you're having a stroke, but that needs more work. So we'll be working through this list. You know what to do. You're going like this with your finger. Tick, 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 tick. And then keep going. You're going tick, 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 tick. And keep going some more. Tick, 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 tick. Click. Bye.